Carrick had 3 massive games. Villarreal, strong game, they won under his watch. Chelsea, everybody expected Chelsea to pummel Manchester United, beat Manchester United to nothing, but they drew. Another big game, Arsenal. In recent times, Manchester United struggled against Arsenal. The last time Manchester United scored 3 goals at home against Arsenal was 2016 when Carrick played. And he's the manager now, and they're playing phenomenally well at this point. I think his biggest win for me is against Arsenal, considering the way they've played in recent times. It's a pointer telling him I can do it, telling him I can do it. I love the fact that he's stepping up. He wants to get another job. You have to step up, show that you can. There's no point being under the field anymore. Yeah. Step up, show us you can do this thing. Like we've seen Steve Jobs step up. We've seen Frank Lampard step up. Come on, it's time for Carrick to step up, and he's shown the signs he could be a good coach. It's going to be a big year, saying Ragnar coming, a different new style, but for me, I'm particularly impressed with Carrick and the level of performances he's brought in coaching job.
Now, he cited, very strikingly, the biggest, citation for Carrick taking his decision is family time. He's talked about the fact that when he, stopped playing at Manchester United, his family were calling for maybe more family time. His wife and kids were hoping that they would have him more around the house. And since then, he stopped playing for coaching. He's been around the coaches at Manchester United. Jose Mourinho.
Been around for 15 years.
Yeah, and of course, the man Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was sacked. He's been a part of that and hasn't really had the leisure of spending that family time. In our views, now is the time. But beyond that, many say this is a statement that I might be a rookie at Manchester United, but try me on that job, I can deliver on your mandate.
Absolutely, I agree with you. He's shown the signs he could do it. This is the beautiful thing about Carrick's career. We know talking about holidays, just a talk.
Yeah.
So not to offend anybody in the process. He just exactly, people talk, not to offend anybody. But the beautiful thing about Carrick is this: he learned from a special one.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho, and also learned from the not so special one.
From the favored one.
From the favored one. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So there's something about learning from somewhat the best and learning from the one that's not too good.
Yeah.
If you're going to a school and someone teach you who's been having all A's, teaches you how not to fail, the question is, how does he know how not to fail?
It definitely now sounds like Michael Carrick has had the good blend of it. He's learned on the bad guy, Jose Mourinho, has learned from an incredibly good guy, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
I agree with you. So I think he's ripe. He's right for the job. He's shown it at the highest level at Manchester United. Remember when Tottenham brought in that interim manager?
Yeah.
You could see from the stand, he wasn't ready. You understand? But when you see Carrick the way he's managed this team, they're laughing. But is it true? You know, I like saying the truth the way it is.
It's become real bad.
When you see Michael Carrick from the stands, the way he's managed the team, look, it takes a whole big decision for an interim manager to bench Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
What balls? Another big decision. He had to bench Bruno Fernandes. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't do that. I'm excited to see Bruno Fernandes score for Manchester United against Arsenal. And that's how it should be. When players are not playing well, a good coach, you put them on the bench. They step up. They understand they have to do something. And they come up and they start performing. Fantastic coach for me, Carrick. It's not always about how long you've been on the job. It's all about what potentials you carry. And I see that in Carrick. I'm not going motivational today.
Right, now, the Carrick era now seems to be in the nearby past, but of course what he's done at Manchester United, both as a player and of course as a coach, would go down in the annals of United history. Well, I take about Michael Carrick, I take 15. If you can, and now it's a beginning of another era, a short-term basis. Ralph Rangnick steps in, and Warnestein will be in charge of Manchester United come this weekend against Crystal Palace.
And we're all looking forward to that game. Crystal Palace is a hard nut to crack. Patrick Vieira has been doing exceptionally well for the team in recent times. The performances have been good, though I think they lost their last match or so. But it's going to be a tough game. Manchester United usually seem to also have a bit of a way of winning Crystal Palace, but it's going to be a tough game for Ralph Rangnick, and it's going to be a big test. Such big test you need for a big man like Ralph Rangnick.
Let's talk about Spurs continuing their unbeaten run in the Premier League under Antonio Conte last night.
Against break defense, massive attacks. It's been a long time I saw that kind of that strategy of football until Brentford came on board. So they defend all wholly and they attack everybody at the same time. So it's a game that takes your breath. Normally without Antonio Conte, it could have been such a difficult game for Spurs. I wouldn't believe Spurs would be able to win them, but have seen them go 2-0 up. And I want to give a lot of credit to Son.
Yeah.
The South Korean guy who's done phenomenal. I think he's not been given a lot of credit the way he's been playing in recent times. Probably because he's not English. The hype could have been more for me. You can't see any other player quite consistent as Son.
All right, now let's leave England for a bit and very quickly talk about the Italian Serie A, where we saw 2 games all ending in a draw. Yeah, Torino versus Empoli. It was a 4-goal thriller. Both shared the score was 2-2. That's how it ended. But it got even more exciting in the Lazio versus Udinese game. Both sides ended with a man each sent off. So they ended both with 10 men. But the story is that it was an 8-goal thriller. So across 2 games, we had how many goals? 16 in the game between, 8 rather in the game between Torino and Udinese, and of course
Lazio, Udinese.
So 12 goals in 2 games must be exciting. So if they say
absolute thriller for me.
Yeah, so they say goals make football. The Italian Serie A last night was an absolute delight.
I think the beauty of it wouldn't be complete without the red cards. When you have many goals like that, the battle is fierce.
Just about every element you need.
Every element in it. I can imagine the Lazio game Udinese. Udinese in recent times have been performing quite well in terms of resistance. But when you see the level of there's a demand. That's why when you see the way Sarri has played his game, it took Chelsea for him to win a trophy.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah,
you need a manager that
it's kind of different at Juventus because there are demands. These are clubs that would demand you to win trophies.
They didn't have in fact, for me, I think Juventus won the trophy, not Sarri. But be that as it may, the problem with Sarri ball is, can he place a demand on winning? And probably you might not be surprised to see Lazio keep playing the way they play at the moment.
Life is basically about choices, and those choices, we talk about premium. So what's premium for you in this life? What might be premium for Blyden, winning trophies? Might not be premium for Mauricio Sarri. He just wants to win. He wants to play in a certain way, and maybe his trophy, an absolute prize, is playing in that particular way. Well, we hope that his premium tallies with what is premium for Lazio. Otherwise, the relationship is headed for one way. Absolute doom. Now, we're going to break one final time, and when we're back to talk about transfer, and we're out of here. Stay right here with us.
Leave them unable to qualify in the first half, but they scored with their second in the second half. Comes Sigurdsson. It's one, it's over. Ultimately, icing coming up short. Time is finished. Nigeria too.
From the 10th for the United States. Chua misses the free throw. The U.S. is timeouts. If he makes one, it's over. It becomes a 2-possession game. If he misses, you're going to need a 90-foot heave. Missed them both. The final heave from midcourt and beyond, and Nigeria.
unable to qualify in the first half, but they scored with their second in the second half. Comes Sigurdsson.
It's one, it's over.
Ultimately, icing coming up short. Time is finished. Nigeria 2.
10 for the United States. Chua misses the free throw. The U.S. is out. Timeouts. If he makes one, it's over. It becomes a two-possession game. If he misses, you're going to need a 90-foot heave. Missed them both. The final heave from midcourt and beyond, and Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much for staying right here with us on Sports Central and Spectrum TV. We'll do social media rounds, look at how social media basically reacted to Michael Carrick's announcement of his departure from Manchester United, having spent 15 massive years with the football club, starting with the Manchester United position, seeing a player, a coach, a manager, but above all else, a genuine Manchester United legend. Thank you, Michael. That came from the football club. We're talking Manchester United. We also had a couple of players share their thoughts on the Michael Carrick situation, and it was quite a piece. And at this point, it's emotional, Blyden.
I agree with you. An absolute legend. He served the club 15 years.
Yeah, and of course, here's this one from STVNg. Said, a pleasure playing with you, Michael. Made some great memories. Best of luck in the future. Legend. It's coming from the United forward, Jesse Lingard, talking about Michael Carrick as well. So it continues, and it's quite the piece. It's quite the emotions. I saw the way Bruno Fernandes hugged him very tightly at the blasted full-time whistle. I'm sure he was whispering things like, "Thank you, Michael, for all you've done for me and all you've done for this football club." Because you look at when Ole was there, it almost looks like Michael Carrick was the one interfacing directly with the players.
I agree.
Even when Jose Mourinho was there, even though he was a tough manager, so Michael was the one, because he's been there as a player, so he feels the pulse of the players.
An absolute legend for me.
Yeah.
An absolute legend for me. Seemed like a simple guy who knows the job, and he's doing fantastic. He did fantastically well for the club.
Now, a legend of football club also played with Michael, said always a class act as a player, and continued that as an interim manager. Whatever you choose to do next, I wish you the very best. That's coming from
I wish him
Rio
too the very
Ferdinand.
best.
Well, he has our best wishes as well. Talk about the man now, Bruno Fernandes, just the one. Really happy to celebrate my 100th appearance for this club with a win and with our fans. Hopefully, many more games to come. Also, wanted to say thank you to Michael Carrick, a great
Manchester United legend.
He definitely
What
tells
a
the story.
legend.
Yeah, and of course, he tells the story of what it's been like for them at Manchester United. Michael Carrick, you have our best wishes always. Now, very quickly before we go, Blyden, Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been linked with the move to Arsenal. Do Arsenal are they in desperate need of a centre forward?
Arsenal need a centre forward for me. Looking at the position of Aubameyang, and we know Aubameyang's career is not going up any longer.
Yeah.
It's
on the other side of 30.
It's on the other side of 30. But the question is, do you bring Lewis into Arsenal at this point while you still have Aubameyang and Lacazette? I don't think it would work. I don't think it would work.
Well, I think that's just what the papers are saying, basically. And you could notice the drop, in tempo. We got a little emotional about Michael Carrick and his departure. Well, it's a story of a man who's given basically his all for a football club. And we can only wish Michael Carrick the best in the nearby future. Well, enjoy family time and return better. We hope to see you around management, in the foreseeable future, rather. Blyden, thank you very much for joining the conversation.
It's a pleasure.
Appreciate
it's
you.
so good to see Mike do what he does, especially when the highs are up for him.
Absolutely.
Not many legends play from a conservative perspective, always being second fiddle, but doing a great job for the club.
Well, big ups, and thank you everyone who's made this absolutely possible. We appreciate you a great deal, and thank you for making our time to join the conversation here on Sports Central. We appreciate you for the entire week and for today. We look forward to more next week. Let's do bigger and better things together. Let's continue making magic, and that's what Spectrum TV is all about. Stay here with us as we take you through the rest of the day's broadcast, and let's enjoy the weekend together. Have fun, guys. We're out.
Would leave them unable to qualify in the first half, but they scored with their second in the second half. Come Sigurdsson.
One, it's over.
Ultimately, icing coming, I'm sure. Startimes finished Nigeria 2.
From the 10th for the United States. Chua misses the free throw. The U.S. is timeouts. If he makes one, it's over. It becomes a two-possession game. If he misses, you're going to need a 90-foot heave. Missed them both.